I think we're on. All right. So, late night review video. Going to talk about the test for tomorrow. Talk about human systems. And then remember, like we've been focusing on for the last couple of weeks, we're looking at how do these systems, interrelate? How are these systems working together to get certain jobs done? So, like the homeostasis lab, we thought about that. The stations lab had some of that in it. So the Kahoot we played today, if you got most of those questions, then you should feel pretty confident, because a lot of the questions are a lot like that. So anyway, I'm just going to go through some sample questions. Like I said, as far as the systems go, I mean, you have your review sheet. I think we all have a pretty good knowledge of what the systems do in general. Maybe the couple that were confusing, I know a lot of people have asked about, like the endocrine. Remember, the endocrine system is basically like your hormone system that releases hormones. It would work a lot in conjunction with your nervous system, because that would send the signal that would communicate, to the endocrine system when to release certain hormones and why. The other one that we had some questions about was the lymphatic system. Lymphatic system is basically like a filtering system for your immune system. So it helps to filter out bacteria and viruses and things kind of out of the liquid part of your blood called lymph. And so that's why, your lymph nodes might be swollen at times if you're ill. So anyway, that is, those are a couple of the ones that were a little bit confusing at times. So let's look at a few sample questions here while I eat some delicious chili cheese Fritos. Really good. So two organ systems provide materials that the human body uses to produce ATP. Well, remember, ATP is produced through cellular respiration. And what two things are needed for cellular respiration? Oxygen and glucose. Well, what systems are going to bring oxygen and glucose to the cells? Digestive and respiratory. Kidneys help the body preserve water. When an animal has not had enough to drink, the kidneys signal the body to reabsorb water. The animal produces little urine, so loses less water. During this process, the kidneys work in conjunction with which body system? Okay. Well, there's going to be the excretory system. If you're not going to be producing urine, that would be the excretory system. Here's a good one. Thyroid gland produces a hormone that controls the rate at which cells use energy. Which system does the thyroid gland use to communicate information to the cells of the body? If it's ever anything about communication, that's going to be the nervous system. The nervous system is kind of the great communicator. It's always going to be, communicating all of the different messages for the body. Okay. A student leaves an air-conditioned room and goes outdoors where the temperature is over 100 degrees. Which of these best describes how the student's body maintains homeostasis? Well, one of them says that the skin's going to begin to sweat, and that goes right into with the lab that we talked about, that we did on Tuesday. So, your skin's going to sweat to help try and cool you off and maintain homeostasis, that internal balance. Let's see here. The epidermal cells and cuticle of a plant leaf have a function that is similar to which of the following human organ systems? So this is going back a little bit, but it should be an easy one. I think we even had that question. It would be your integumentary system. The lungs and skin both perform functions that are vital in maintaining homeostasis. The lungs rid the body of carbon dioxide waste, and the skin eliminates excess water, salts, and heat. Based on this, in which body system would both skin and lungs be included? based on that. So if they're actually ridding the body of waste, then what system gets rid of waste? Your excretory system. Okay. Let's see here. One about how the endocrine and excretory system can work together. We got another one here. Which of the following correctly describes an interaction that occurs between two body systems of a rabbit that helps the rabbit outrun a pursuing coyote? Sound familiar? I told all of you that that Kahoot question was going to be on there. So what two systems? Well, it's probably going to be the respiratory system and the circulatory system. But the trick is there's two answers that have those, so you need to make sure you read the reasoning why and make sure you see which one's going to be the best one. Actually, I'm lying to you. If you watch this, you're definitely going to get this right. But there's two of the same answer again. Way to go, test maker. And I'm talking about the program, not myself. But yeah, there's two of the exact same answers, so it's the right answer. Let's see, we're over halfway through. Which systems work together to protect the body? So, integumentary is definitely going to be in there. Your immune system is definitely going to be in there. Okay. In the process of circulation, oxygen-depleted blood is pumped away from the heart and toward the lungs. Oxygen-rich blood then returns to the heart. During this process, the heart works in conjunction with which body system? So to oxygenate your blood, it's probably going to be working with the respiratory system pretty closely. Something about the stomach, digestion, and the stomach using muscles. Okay. And it's produced and it's controlled by chemical signals. Remember, anytime you see chemical signals, that's going to be something with the endocrine system. Something about how the human body responds to fight disease. Okay. Endocrine glands secrete hormones directly into the blood. The blood carries the hormones throughout the body. Each hormone acts only on. Whoa! Dropped my Fritos. Each hormone acts only on the organs that recognize it. During this process, the endocrine glands work in conjunction with which body system? Well, again, if they're being delivered somewhere, what's our delivery system? That's our circulatory system. So, the organ in the human body, one organ in the human body is the heart. The heart helps the body send oxygen to other organs, as well as expel carbon dioxide from the lungs and blood. Organs such as the heart serve the function of working together as components of, this is about, is it a tissue, is it an organ, is it an organ system? Okay, so you need to figure that out. A couple graphs and charts you have to look at. When a person is cut by a sharp object, a nervous impulse is sent along the sensory neuron to the spinal cord. The impulse is immediately transmitted through motor neurons to produce a response. Which of the following correctly identifies and describes the response? Well, is it a learned response? Would a baby have to learn to bring their hand away from a sharp object? Is it a voluntary response? Do you have to think about it? Or is it a reflex? I'd go with that one. human digestive system is approximately 900 centimeters long. Food is moved through the digestive tract primarily by what? Remember, like squeezing, muscular contractions. Healthcare workers are exposed to many different types of pathogens and non-pathogenic microorganisms. Which body systems work together to protect the body from pathogens? So, it's definitely going to be your immune system. And there's a big hint. Only one of the answers has immune. And what's going to carry your immune system throughout your body? Circulatory. Alright. That's it. That's all she wrote. So, I hope you guys study good and have a good evening. And I'll be there in the morning if you have any questions. So, come see me in the morning if you want to review a little bit more. Other than that, have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.